What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up? We back with another one. I'm dropping back to back. I told y'all this. Another reaction video for you. If you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on.
Covered quite a few idiotic cloud chasers here on my channel. With the way videos are so easily shared online nowadays, it's like this clout goblin disease is running amok in these virtual streets, with more and more clowns being bred every single day. And the thing is, a lot of these people are doing things just to get any kind of attention they can. Whether it be good or bad, it's like they don't care as long as they get those clicks. And in most cases, I do feel like it is the latter. And the guy I have to tell you about today is really no different. After he went around sucker punching random men in the Houston area, posted it online, got locked up, and even did an interview with a news reporter outside of his house the very next day. And trust me guys, it somehow gets much worse. So first off, I have to show you guys the initial news report where he does the interview with the guy outside of his house.
We're learning more about one of those social media pranks that is hardly funny.
A 19-year-old runs up on two unsuspecting people and sucker punches them in the back of the head.
Yeah, this happened in Cyprus, and the video, of course, getting a lot of attention with hundreds of comments.
I used to
and
do dumb shit like that when I was young. When I was young, I used to do dumb shit like that.
Talk to the young man
now,
behind the stunt.
It's just
Jason,
horrible.
what
It's
was
horrible.
his response tonight?
I mean, to chalk this all up as some sort of prank or some sort of stunt, or for these news reporters to even paint it in that way, is just irresponsible to say the least. Like, what's gonna happen next? Is someone gonna get and they're gonna say, oh, it was just a prank, bro? I didn't mean for that bullet to go through your chest. I mean, seriously, this is nothing less than assault. And the fact that he was going around sucker punching people, which is obviously a bitch move, but also doing it in the back of the head where it's very dangerous, just tells me that this guy was actually out to do some serious damage.
Well, he's regretful. Honestly, I didn't expect him to answer the door, much less come out and talk. But tonight he says he regrets the behavior so many are now condemning online. Not far from peaceful Wortham Park, where he's accused of randomly punching strangers.
Do you regret it?
Yes, I do.
19-year-old Alfred Lewis spoke with me about how he feels about it now.
You know, I just made a mistake, and everybody makes mistakes.
I can just girl talk.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys okay out here? Hey.
This is the video in question, first shared with KHOU 11 via the Nextdoor app. In it, you can clearly see Lewis striking a man in the head from behind before he turns around in shock.
I know, like, from the video, all you see is, like, the bad part about it, but what people didn't see was that I shook his hand after and how I had gave the man a hug.
When it comes to this individual right here, there must be like negative brain activity going on. Talking about, oh, everybody makes mistakes. Like, no, dude, this was a premeditated action. And the fact that he's trying to present some like silver lining here, talking about, I gave the guy a hug, I shook his hand and told him sorry after punching him in the face, so I'm a good guy, has to be one of the most ridiculous explanations I've ever heard.
To shadow off what he said, definitely a dumb explanation. You in trouble and all that. And I don't think that after you punch a dude, you told him sorry and gave him a hug. I don't think he want to hug you after that. If you just walking out of nowhere, minding your business, next thing you know, you feel a heavy boom on the back of your head. You turn around and nigga talking about something. Hey, sorry, gave you a hug just for a prank. No, boy, I'm beating your ass. Like, ain't no hugging. Like, bro, you getting your ass all the way beat. But trust me, he know who to hit and he know who not to hit, bro. Like, he probably hitting all these old people that's just like mad, like, you know, not gonna hit back and shit. Like, he ain't gonna hit one of us.
I mean, the sheer fact that he's even willing to come outside and talk to a news reporter after doing something so stupid and literally incriminating himself online with the video tells me that there has to be something a little bit off about this man right here.
I really didn't expect for it to just go so left, you know?
I told Lewis,
what do you mean you didn't expect it to go so left? Your plan here was straight up just to assault people for TikTok. Like, if anything, he's lucky it did not go more left and someone did not handle him out there in the streets. I mean, we just saw that court case go down where a YouTuber actually did end up getting a couple years back, and he wasn't even attacking people. He was just talking to someone in kind of an aggressive way. The guy noticed he was being filmed at the mall, and boom, he popped off. And they did not side with the...
If y'all ain't see that video, dude went to that dude's face. I think he was just delivering food or something. He went in that dude's face, started like mocking him and doing all weird shit. And the dude telling him back up. The dude telling him back up, like the victim of the prank, telling him back up, back up, back up. He ain't backing up. He's saying like, "What you going?" Something like he getting all up in his face, intimidating him. Next thing you know, the dude, the delivery dude, the victim of the prank, he pulled out a gun and straight boom his shit in the middle of the mall in front of people, just straight boom, and he got shot.
Prankster in that situation.
And your mom's probably disappointed.
Yeah, she is.
Lewis said the harsh reaction to the video will make him rethink his behavior and hopefully be a lesson for others.
Before you go out and you do anything that you feel is bad or that could look bad, make sure like people know, or just don't do it at all.
And then like now he's apologetic. Like when I was young and I was dumb, trust me, I was out there doing shit just like this. I got karma. I had got my nose broken. You know, I banked, me and my homeboys and my brother jumped just an innocent bystander out of nowhere, like just young, dumb, you know, and I had ended up getting beat up all the way, like blood just soaking everywhere, just like a pumpkin, like my head like a pumpkin, like I'm telling, I find the police, I'm like, yo, police, I don't need y'all to do nothing. Y'all ain't even gotta do your job. Like, just give me an ambulance. Call for an ambulance. I'm in Baltimore. I'm like, yo, call for an ambulance. I feel like I'm about to faint. That's what the dead ass police told me. In my eyes, like I'm looking at you in your eyes. He said, you better get out of here or you're gonna go to Central Bookings. And trust me, as I'm looking at him, my face is mad swell. Like my face is like a pumpkin. Like blood everywhere. And he looked at me and told me that shit, turned back around and did his job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, but I was never, like, I ain't never regretted, like, I wouldn't say regretted, but I wasn't, like, apologetic because I know what I did, like, so I wasn't really, like, remorseful on myself, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I wasn't, you know, oh, you know, I feel sorry making a whole press statement over something I did, over a fucked up thing I did. If I was going to be sorry, I was going to be sorry for the victim. Hey, tell the victim I'm sorry, tell the victim I'm sorry, and all that shit, like, you know, like, and that's another thing. People be doing that statement like when they're in court and everything and people about to get sentenced, they say that statement. A lot of times all you hear is I, my family this, my family that. Not never once talk about the victim family like, hey, I'm sorry for y'all had to lose something, I'm sorry, you know, I did that. Oh no, I'm sorry because my kids won't have their daddy growing up. I'm sorry because I got to do the next 12 years in jail. Like, that's mad selfish, bro. Like, show some remorse, like, be remorseful, like, show some empathy on the side of the family, on the victim side of the family. If you're going to be remorseful, don't be remorseful over yourself. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to spend the next 20 years in jail. Now my son's got to grow up without a father. Not never once did you say, yo, you know what, I'm sorry for the victim. Their family got to grow up with a father. I'm sorry for the mother. Their family got to grow up for the father. You make that impact statement, I mean, not impact statement, but that sentence is a statement and all that about yourself. And it's just like, don't do this shit for the camera. Don't be remorseful because you caught it. That's all I hear when people doing statement, when people doing you know, like sentences, statements, and they doing all like this, man. You just remorseful because you got caught, and that's what we could tell. You're not remorseful over the fact, over the family. So like, not now once in this interview, yo, I'm gonna help the family out. I'm gonna see if they got medical bills, yo. You know, I'm telling my TikTok to, you know, my fan base to, you know, support the victim. None of that. It's just, yo, you know what? Like, I gave him a hug. I did that. I'm good. I am. It's like, yo, bro. Everybody worried about their self, and the only reason you having this shit and worried about yourself is only because you got caught. You could tell. You just gotta open up your mind. People stay woke.
It's just crazy, guys. You can just tell by the way he talks that there was absolutely nothing going on behind those eyes. They just look so dead. And so then the next day, this guy actually had to have his first appearance in court. We got Stuart Little here back on the case. And
Yo called him Stuart Little. Oh my gosh, he called him Stuart fucking Little.
Here's where the situation really starts to escalate as a new piece of information is released.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life.
19-year-old Alfred Lewis appeared in court just within the last half hour or so. We're allowed to shoot those PC court hearings off a video screen. Lewis charged with assault and aggravated robbery related to viral videos showing him sucker punching people, random men walking in Wortham Park. That's up in the Cypress area. Turns out Lewis was also armed at the time, according to court records, something that was not completely clear initially to those of us who saw the video. Here's a little.
And that's where things are going to get really bad for this guy because he was actually armed. Like, he was brandishing it around and threatening people with it.
Little bit of what was read aloud.
And then to shadow off what he said is a very dangerous situation because you out there looking for trouble. So what happened if somebody would have popped off on you or something like that? 10 times out of 10, you would have grabbed that gun. You out here, you got a gun, first of all. You harnessing a gun, first of all. Second of all, you doing criminal shit with the gun in your possession. So if anything would have happened, somebody would have got offended, would have punched you or beat you up, or, you know, would have tried to defend themselves. It could have got real ugly. If you punch somebody, they don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, they pull out a gun and you pull out your gun. They don't know what's going on. Most likely, you're going to shoot first because, okay, it's a threat. Even though you started it, in your eyes, it's a threat. Oh, he pulled out a gun. I got a gun. Let me use it to defend myself. So they definitely gonna look into that. And if his case don't get worse, his background gonna get worse. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And then the fact that you went to go do crime with a weapon, that's gonna be kind of hard to expunge, my boy.
During the court hearing.
In this case, he initially held the complainant at point. Then, when the complainant refused to give up his cell phone, he hits the complainant in the head and puts him in a chokehold. The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crimes on social media. The defendant approached the complainant from behind and hit him in the head. As his co-defendant was filming the crime, the defendants laughed at the complainant when he asked this defendant, "Why are you doing this?" The complainant advised he later saw videos of the crime on social media.
And when I first saw the videos, I was kind of questioning, well, why didn't anyone fight back? Why did it seem like all these different men were so scared of him? And the reason obviously was because he had the piece on him and was literally threatening their life.
You may recall I interviewed Lewis on Friday and he admitted to making a bad mistake, just making videos for views and clicks. His bond conditions include not having contact with his alleged accomplice, the 18-year-old who shot the videos. Lewis also to remain at home between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. He will also wear an ankle monitor. Again, his bond, combined bond for an assault and aggravated robbery charge, $10,100. He made no mention of a gun when I interviewed him on Friday, and at that point, I had not investigated the video thoroughly and was not aware that he was armed at the time.
And if there's another lesson to learn here, guys, it's that even if you're not the one doing the stupid activity, don't let yourself be the one filming it. I mean, we just also saw this with Johnny Somali, where not only he went down to the Japanese authorities, but so did his cameraman in the situation. Because at that point, you're standing around, you're filming it, you're trying to get the clicks as well, and they basically consider you in the court of law to be some sort of accomplice. And part of me actually thinks like the person standing there filming it laughing might actually be dumber than the person actually performing the stupid action. And so obviously they put him behind bars, and then he saw a whole another day in court where they raised his bond and actually tacked on a couple more charges.
Yeah, today in court, prosecutors said what 19-year-old Alfred Lewis admitted to doing was unacceptable and dangerous and asked the judge to raise his initial $10,000 bond to $30,000, and the judge agreed. KHOE 11 was the only news crew to get video of Lewis as he made his first official court appearance here at the 208th. Lewis is charged with aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, a first-degree felony.
That's because you can't be doing dumb shit with a weapon, bro. Like, I keep telling people shit that you can't mix. You can't mix crime with a weapon. You can't mix crime with a gun. You can kind of mix crime with money. You can't mix a gun. You can't mix a gun with a weapon. You can't mix a gun with money. You can't mix a gun with drugs. You can't mix drugs with money. You can't mix drugs with a gun. It's intertwined. So like, if you're gonna do something, you gotta pull back from something. If you're gonna be out there beating ass or making video TikToks, don't have a gun on you. Don't even. I mean, it's a lot of times where you be running in front of a person's face, they ain't even got a gun on you. You won't even know. So if he would have like just did his shit properly, they wouldn't even know he had a gun on him. Like if he would have just like, I'm not condoning, but just say if he would have just punched somebody and not show the gun and shit like that, he would have just got assault charges. But now the victims, multiple victims, telling him, oh, he had a gun, because most likely in order for him to show that gun, he had to feel like it was a threat. So the victim had to be like, yo, come on, pressing him. Nobody gonna get punched in the face. No man gonna get punched in the face and just be like, oh, what happened? We're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck going on, you little kid? Like, la la la. So now you're gonna be feeling threatened, and now you're gonna be pulling out that gun, and now, and definitely in that one clip it showed the old white man and the black boy. He looked like he was like in defensive mode. Like he wasn't like, he looked like he was intimidated. He looked like he was really like, what's going on, pal? What you do that for? La 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 la. So like,
felony and assault.
We take these cases extremely seriously at the district attorney's office, and in this case, the facts were.
How yeah? Because I could be anybody.
These boys were out at a park where people enjoy outdoors, are exercising, and shouldn't expect to run into any kind of trouble.
Lewis tried to rob the man of his cell phone at gunpoint and threatened to shoot him in the foot when he refused.
At gunpoint.
I mean, I'm hoping that they absolutely throw the book at this guy. Like, at the end of the day, this new type of weirdo social media behavior of basically bothering people out in public should 100% be condemned. And if you give someone like this some extreme charges, hopefully it makes other people not want to follow in his footsteps.
If Lewis makes bond, part of his bond conditions include wearing a GPS ankle monitor and being placed under 24-hour house arrest. As for the other teen, 18-year-old Kingston Miker, prosecutors say he participated and filmed the attacks. He's now in custody facing the same charges.
Like I said, they also come down on the cameraman. In general, though, it is good to see.
Y'all hear that? He out on house arrest. Before he got the gun charge and everything, when they were just, looking at his TikToks and him just assaulting people, they gave him a house monitor, an ankle bracelet. He had to be in from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So he still had just little restrictions. He still had freedom. And he had to stay away from his codeine. After they found everything out, they came back, made his bond from $10,000 to $30,000, and he required to wear a ankle bracelet 24/7. And the cameraman, what they say, he in custody. That means he ain't got no motherfucking ankle bracelet. That means he's not just home relaxing like the person that was just hitting him. The cameraman is in jail right now. Cameraman people probably can't pay for the bond like his people can. The cameraman probably ain't got no support, so you do gotta watch out what you do and who you accomplish yourself with, because at the end of the day, the person that was assaulting, that was doing absolutely maximum damage, he out. His family came got him. 30,000. His family came got him. We got that ankle bracelet. He free. The cameraman only filmed it, and the cameraman locked up right now, bro. I would be sick, bro. I would tell you people bond me out like they bond you out. This on your TikTok, not mine. I'm your employee, so help me out. So yeah, like, cause when that heat come, and some people can avoid it, and some people can't. Just know, like, what sacrifices you taking and all of that, because that's crazy. That man in jail right now, while the other dude is home eating chicken. He got house arrest, but nobody on his page saying free me. Nobody missing him right now. You know what I'm saying? If they miss him, they could just go to the house. If they miss him, they gotta go get a visit. And you only could get like 2 visits a week, so you better make that shit work.
Someone like this get caught, I don't know what's exactly going on with a generation like right under mine, but they don't seem to be the brightest group of individuals out there. I do think in general that generation and like every generation that follows it is gonna be like more and more clout driven. But it's like, why not do something good to try and get clout? Why you always have to act like a fool? And in this situation, you're literally doing a criminal activity and posting it up online.
Just how
Either way, I want to know
music
what you
selling.
guys think about this
That's
crazy
what's selling.
situation down below. As always, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other clowns out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!